The Jags had a streak of dominant football for 9 quarters.
That ball is tipped and intercepted. He's going to bring it back all the way. That's a pick 6. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Philly washed all of that away.
Hurts on 4th and goal. He's going to run for it. Hurts. Football is loose. What's the call here? Now they say touchdown.
Now the Jags return home. A big stretch awaits.
I know I've made a lot of steps in the right direction. I know I've improved a lot, so I really believe in myself and this team.
This team will have to deliver another streak-busting performance. It's the Jags and the Texans in Jacksonville on Sunday.
Live from your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, this is Jaguars All-Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields Auto Group. Never pay over MSRP.
If you look at the year, as a whole, I know I've made a lot of steps in the right direction, and I know I've improved a lot. So continuing to build off that, don't let one game affect my confidence. I'm still the same player that went into Philly on Sunday, and then still the same player here getting ready for the Texans.
That's Trevor Lawrence coming off a tough one in Philadelphia on Sunday, and now looking ahead to the Houston Texans back at home for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Oh, it's a good feel. Jags 2-2 and a big stretch ahead over these next few weeks. Hey everybody, welcome to Strings Sports Brewery here in Springfield. We got ourselves a big crowd on here today, which is fantastic. Absolutely love it. Brent, Martineau, Jeff Lageman. That's Josh Allen. He hosts this show. Hey, this guy's a TV star lately. Jamal Agnew, just about on every show we do. And former Jags running back James Stewart will join us in a bit as well. It's a big week in Jacksonville for the alums of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars All-Access presented by Fields Auto Group. By the way, happy birthday to Trevor Lawrence. You guys get him a gift?
I gave him a happy birthday.
Gave him a big happy birthday and a high five. He got all the money in the world.
So he's 23. How old are you?
25.
25. Jamal, how old are you?
27.
He's the old man of the group, right?
Old man.
I'm getting old. I feel like I'm 30.
Well, you looked like you were 22 last weekend. We'll get to that in just a moment. Hey, let's get right into it. Our Baptist Health game-changing moments. And it begin with the good stuff, right? That first quarter, the pick 6 by Andre Cisco. That's what this guy's all about, and they got it all the way to the end zone.
Well, you got to give credit where credit is due. And Darius Williams had his best game yet as a Jaguar, and he's the one that gets the pass breakup, gets his hands on it, pops up into the air. And then once Cisco makes the interception, this is not a one-man operation. Devin Lloyd gets a great block. Devon Hamilton gets a great block. And then somebody got a great no block at the end, and it was Josh Allen deciding not to get the block, backing off, because you could have been flagged for a clip if you went ahead with that block.
Yeah, I've been in that situation before. I didn't want to be in that situation at that moment, especially during that time in the game. And I feel like for Cisco to take that away from him, would have been a good teammate move.
Yeah, that was a smart move, and it was a good description by you on Jaguars.com. I know you broke down the play this week.
Well, and Rayshawn Jenkins also got a great block, and that's what you got to love. I mean, that's when you get your hands on the ball as a defender, you want to try to score every time.
All right, your
practice
turn,
it too. We practice that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Practice it. So just see it out there, to see what we practice is actually really cool.
All right, Jamal, your turn. Baptist Health game-changing moments continued. You had a couple of them in this football game. Let's take a look at the touchdowns for Jamal. Take us through it, Jamal.
So right here, this is kind of exactly how Coach Peterson and Press schemed it up. We knew they were going to be in man coverage. We knew motions in the red zone gave them problems. And we kind of did like a ricochet motion just to get them to miscommunicate it a little bit. And it worked to perfection, to be honest.
Oh, and it's a beautiful play. We're going to look at it in the film room with your wide receivers coach, Chris Jackson. Because when I saw that play on film, I said to myself, that's the play I want to break down, because it was drawn up. Like you said, coaches matter. That play, they drew it up perfectly.
Baptist Health game-changing moments continue. Okay, they're not so good. The game started to turn on turnovers. You can't give it away 5 times, Jeff, on the road. You can't give it away 5 times anywhere, can you, and win a game?
Well, and the conditions were what they were, and they were difficult, but the Eagles had to play in it as well. And you guys as a team this year have been dominating the turnover differential in every game. This is the first time that you did not dominate the turnover differential, but yet you guys were in the game. That impressed me.
Yes, sir. Just thinking about it now, just after every one of those turnovers, the defense took the field like it was 0-0. Like it was our turn to get the ball back. We had that mentality. Yeah, we had it early in the game, but our mentality was to get the ball. And so either way it went, as a defense, man, as an offense, man, we fight for each other. And that's the mentality that we got this team. And that's why I felt like the game was so close, because nobody gave up. We always felt like we can win that game. And just feeding off that momentum is going to carry us for next week. Let's
talk more about our guest Jamal Agnew here, because I think it's a phenomenal story. By the way, his story getting to the NFL is a phenomenal story. Playing college in San Diego, not a lot of people looking at him. Turns out to be a draft pick, and you've made a heck of a career out of it. But for this football team, they signed you to be a special teams guy. And last year we saw you making terrific catches and a part of the offense. And now this year, well, you have a game like you did on Sunday. It's got to be fun to be able to be a key contributor.
Yeah, it's just fun to be out there and be making plays. And I didn't come into the season with a expected role. It's just like I'm a wide receiver. I'm obviously a kick return specialist, but I mean, wherever they want to put me, that's in the backfield. Out in the slot, out wide, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna make plays. And I feel like the coaching staff is doing a really good job just putting us in positions to do that.
And Press talked about how smart you are, that he can put you at X, he can put you at Z, he can put you at wherever. And you had a couple missed opportunities. I mean, they were just so close in that game. The deep ball double move, great move by you, and Trevor gets a little pressure. You guys don't quite connect on that one. And then on the interception play, if he throws it to you underneath, that's a touchdown. That was, I mean, the two close plays. I'm sure you'd like to have your hands on the ball at those opportunities.
Yeah, we obviously wish we had those two back. I mean, Trevor got pressured a little bit on that first one on that double move, so he had to get rid of it a little bit earlier than he wanted to. But, I mean, Trevor was trying to make a play on that one in the red zone, so, I mean, you can't fault him. He's a really aggressive player. He's a real smart player. He probably wishes he had that one back, but I mean, we looked at it on film, and we're gonna learn from it.
Yeah, it might be there in the coming weeks. We'll keep an eye on it. Run defense obviously is something that you guys have probably talked about Sunday night on the plane ride back, Monday in the film room, and that becomes the focal point after what happened last Sunday, right, Josh?
Yes, sir. I mean, we pride ourselves on stopping the run, and unfortunately, we didn't do it like last week. Things happen. Don't let it happen again. That's our mentality. And we know it's not going to happen again. So we're confident in that. And we know this team that we're about to face this week runs the ball pretty hard, runs the ball pretty well, and their offense is set off the run. So if we do what we need to do, which we know we can do, I think it will be a good game.
Did you guys have an opportunity to kind of pay attention to the atmosphere a little bit in Philly and the love that your head coach got in Philly? I mean, when they announced Doug Peterson, the whole place just kind of erupted in applause, that doesn't happen in Philly very often now. Were you guys impressed by that?
I honestly love that they did that. I mean, it's just a testament to Doug's character. I mean, obviously they won a Super Bowl in 2017, but Doug treats his players, he treats the organization like people, not just numbers or players or anything. So that's just a testament to his character, I feel like.
You can see that too, and you kind of feel that with this team already. I know it's been a short time with Doug Peterson, but we've asked you about this already, Josh. I mean, you guys seem to be responding well to your head coach.
Yes, sir. Just dating back from his background, and then dating back to the team that we had previously, we knew we needed change. And I felt like to hone in and to believe into that change, we had to believe into ourselves. And once we start putting that time with each other, now we can start focusing on what Doug's really saying and the message that he's really portraying. And when we stick to that, good things been happening. So why not keep going with it?
Yeah.
And Doug's been putting us in a great position, and kudos.
All right, when we come back, we're just getting warmed up, by the way. We're all the way until 8 o'clock tonight. It's an hour Jaguars All-Access presented by Fields Auto Group. We go to the film room with Jamal Agnew's coach to break down that shifty play live from Strings Sports Brewery here in Springfield. Jack's got a big one coming up at the bank on Sunday, 1 o'clock on CBS 47. But we hope to see you down there at the stadium. We'll be right back.
Jaguars All-Access is brought to you by Fields Auto Group, including Land Rover Jacksonville. Test drive the Land Rover Defender today. LandRoverJacksonville.com. Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. Fanatics, officially licensed everything. And TIAA Bank, created to serve, built to perform.
100% chance of rain that too. 80% that one. It ain't going nowhere, man. Woo! On the road again.
That's Travis Etienne mic'd up last week. More of that on Jaguars.com with the Jaguars' second year running back. Check out Jaguars.com for everything Jacksonville Jaguars. And you can join us each and every Thursday right here live at Strings Sports Brewery. Look at the crowd tonight on a beautiful evening here in the River City, live on Fox 30. We're taking you all the way until 8 o'clock tonight. Brent, Martineau, Jeff Lageman, Josh Allen, Jamal Agnew, former Jags running back James Stewart going to join us in the second half hour as well. So it's a big show tonight live on Fox 30. Jaguars All-Access presented by Fields Auto Group. And you always take us to the film room, Jeff, but you've been getting some company in the film room lately.
Well, what's fantastic is nowadays with technology, you literally get the film downloaded right to your iPad or your Surface right after the game, and you can watch it on the airplane. And I'm watching the film on the airplane return home, and I'm watching the first touchdown that Jamal has, and it was an absolute thing of beauty. And when I saw it, I said, this is great coaching at its finest. Let's jump into the film room and take a look at Jamal's 4-yard touchdown catch.
Dropping, looking, throws to the right side. That's caught by Jamal Agnew toward the goal line. Touchdown!
Welcome into the film room. Jeff Lageman joined by wide receivers coach Chris Jackson, and Jamal Agnew's first touchdown in this ball game in a bad weather day in Philadelphia was a thing of beauty because of the play design. Can you walk us through? And I called it shifty because it's not just shifty. You got to shift Jamal Agnew out of the backfield, but also involves motion.
Starting him in the backfield, number one, is we knew that we were going to be, the passing strength was, he sets the passing strength with the other wide receiver here, so the nickel had to declare, number one.
Now he's going to do a little motion.
We know bringing Jamal in motion, in a fast motion, they were going to have to react one of two ways. Either they bumped over coverage, which we knew it was zone, but if they were going to rock and roll, he rocks back to the safety position, and the safety would then take him man on the backside.
They just flip-flop. That's all they're doing.
That's all they do, slingshot. Once Jamal came in his fast motion, he did a really good job on creating depth because it's a pass play, so we know that the tackle's setting. So Jamal got to be careful, number one, of not getting caught up in the tackle's step. So he did a great job getting his depth, and the minute he put his foot back in the ground, we went right to the flat.
And he's all the way out here, and this is the guy that's supposed to be covering him, but he's all the way back in here. He's got no chance.
No chance ahead.
I love watching great play design, and Jamal, you said it after the game, and that it worked exactly how the coaches said it would.
I did.
How often has that ever happened in your career?
To be honest, it's happening a lot for us this year. I mean, Press and Coach Peterson, even Jim Bob Cooter, they're doing a good job of putting us in positions, watching the film, knowing our opponent, and knowing what they're going to do in different situations. And they've been scheming people up all year.
They kind of go into a game right now and watch that offense, and you can't wait to see what Doug's going to come up with right now. It's kind of fun to watch.
Well, you always talk about separation, the wide receivers getting separation, and people have a tendency to put that on the wide receivers that they have to get it. But the coaches are gaining the separation for the players in a lot of instances, and that's impressive.
Absolutely. More with Jamal Agnew, more with Josh Allen. Still to come, James Stewart, former Jags running back. We've got Jaguars All-Access presented by Fields Auto Group. And we go to the Players' Corner. You guys are up from here and over with Ashland in just a minute. We're live at Strings Sports Brewery here in Springfield, live on Fox 30. And again, look at the crowd we've got. Everybody fired up about Jags football, and we're here until 8 o'clock tonight as well.
Live from your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, this is Jaguars All-Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields Auto Group. Never pay over MSRP.
10, 5, touchdown!
Let's go! Good handoff, Trevor. Good handoff.
Good handoff. Oh, can a grown man who plays a violent game act like a kid on a football field? You got to love that about Josh Allen. This was a terrific segment. You got to go check it out, Jaguars.com or the Jaguars YouTube channel with all the other segments that Jeff does in the film room as well.
All of them, and the full-length version, especially that Jamal Agnew 4-yard touchdown, got a full-length version on YouTube.
All right, welcome back to Strings Sports Brewery here in Springfield. Brent, Martineau, Jeff Lageman. Jaguars All-Access presented by Fields Auto Group. Jags playing Houston on Sunday. Of course, 1 o'clock game on CBS 47. We want to see you down at the bank. It's a big one here at home. And right now, Josh Allen, Jamal Agnew have made it to the Players' Corner here at Strings. We bring in Ashlyn Sullivan from Jaguars.com.
Thank you, Brent. Before we get into this Players' Corner, it appears our lovely co-host lost a friendly wager today. Let's take a look.
Straighten him up. Bro, what you doing, bro?
There you go.
That's disrespectful, bro.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Come on, man. There you go.
It looks good on you.
Nah, yo. I hear you back.
Why were you wearing that hat? What happened?
You want the real answer?
I do. I want no lies.
Got cheated out last Saturday and playing against, Ole Miss.
Cheated.
Guy got snagged on in the end zone for a touchdown. Call it back. Quarterback fumbles the ball, Kudos to Ole Miss, though. We'll bounce back. We still got Georgia down the line.
That sounds like a lot of excuses to me when you bring up the cheating.
It does sound like some excuses. I mean, we watched that in the hotel last week. Wasn't it on the hotel last week when we were eating dinner?
You talking about Florida?
Oh, my gosh.
So it would be Florida? Yeah, I remember that one.
Don't start. All right, it's time for some superlatives because we have offense and defense here. I want to know, and I think I have a good idea, who's the loudest guy on the team right now?
Loudest guy is Arden Key, for sure.
For sure? Arden Key?
Yeah. Yeah.
Not Roy Robertson Harris? That was my pick. He
Roy
is
just
loud.
Arden.
Okay.
Arden is like a walking boombox.
But it's a good one.
It's a good one.
All right. Now, Josh, you have children. Jamal, you don't, but I'm just going to say this in figuratively. Who on the team is the least likely to babysit your kids?
Least likely.
Is it a long list?
Yeah. Least likely.
Better not say
I got one.
Yeah? Who is it?
Let Maul go.
Travis Etienne.
He's so nice. Why?
He's so nice, but he's young and he's a wild boy.
Travis too, yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Travis.
All right, last one here. You are stranded on a desert island. Who's the teammate you're picking to be with you? You can only pick one. To survive, to have company with?
That's easy. I'm picking Zay Jones. Zay Jones for sure.
Why is that?
Zay Jones, because he's going to keep the mood light. Zay is just such a positive person, good energy all the time. And he's really smart, too, so he'll find a way for us to survive.
Wow, you've thought about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Josh, who are you thinking?
You know what? I like Logan. He's a hunter. You know what I'm saying? I dabbled in hunting a little bit, but I know he really does it, so he can adapt to the environment. So I think we'll be eating good. As long as we got food on the table, then we can vibe with anybody.
Brent, they've really thought this through. This is not the first time they've discussed this.
Those are some really good answers, by the way, and you shaking your head on Logan Cook.
I'd take Logan Cook, too. I mean, he's a Mossy Oak pro staff guy. He hunts, he fishes, all day long.
Hey, what do the Jags look like on the injury report, plus a big game against a division rival? The Jags haven't beaten Houston in a long time. Is that a thing? We talk about it when we come back. An hour show here on Jaguars All-Access, so we're not done when we come back. We've got a half hour to go after this, all the way until 8, live on Fox 30, live from Strings Sports Brewery. Josh Allen, Jamal Agnew are here.
Live from your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, this is Jaguars All-Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields Auto Group. Never pay over MSRP.
All right, take a look at the headlines coming into this game. Obviously, big AFC South battle. Texans have won 8 in a row in this series. It feels weird, but it's one of those things you got to get over.
Well, much like the Jaguars kind of had a little mojo over the Colts, right? The last time the Jaguars beat the Texans, December 17th of 2017. That's a long time.
Sure is. They've won 19 out of the last 23 against the Jags. All eyes on the injury report. Zay Jones is going to be back. He'll play this week. It certainly looks like. Foley Fatukasi, they'll keep an eye on that against the run. Jags could lose a big player.
Well, and that's really the strength of the Texans' offense is the rushing attack. Fortunately, the Jaguars have a veteran presence on the practice squad that they can elevate. Corey Peters is a possibility maybe to be active on game day.
Jeff, and we saw a critical stretch there. I think this is a massive part of the season. Jags are a lot better than people thought they'd be. This is fun right now. But they got the Texans at home, a Colts team you like to match up against, and the Giants at home. The next 3 weeks could say a lot about what this team can do in 22.
Well, and I like to kind of turn this here in that this is a winnable game, right, against the Texans who have been struggling. I'm a big believer in that you say that you must win the winnable games, not that you should beat a certain team because they're not as good as you. Look, it's in the NFL. This isn't Appalachian State, Texas A&M, which it happens once in a blue moon, okay? So this is an exciting game, though. I think the Jaguars will play well, and I think they'll end another streak this year.
That would be good. 1 o'clock game on CBS 47. Let's take a look over in the corner here at Strings Sports Brewery because we're getting a live look at Josh Allen and Jamal Agnew signing for the fans that have come out to Strings Sports Brewery, and they do this each and every week right here on Jaguars All-Access presented by Fields Auto Group. So we appreciate them taking time, and they're going to join us for another half hour. We're going all the way until 8 o'clock tonight, and former Jags running back James Stewart joins us as well right here live at Strings Sports Brewery. Let's do it some more. Another half hour of Jaguars All-Access coming up on Fox 30 right after this.
Live from your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, this is Jaguars All-Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields Auto Group. Never pay over MSRP.
From the 41. Lawrence with time. Throwing deep. Has a man and he's got it. Touchdown.
Oh, we were excited about that play last year. That was the first game for Trevor Lawrence. Now, it ended up being a tough game for the Jacksonville Jaguars in Houston. 3 touchdowns, 3 interception day for Trevor, and he gets the Houston Texans again coming up this Sunday. Welcome back, everybody, live at Strings Sports Brewery. You say, hey, I thought you guys were done. No, we're not done. We're going all the way until 8 o'clock tonight here on Jaguars All-Access presented by Fields Auto Group. Brent, Martineau, Jeff Lageman, Josh Allen, Jamal Agnew back from signing some autographs. James Stewart, former Jags running back. You remember him from the glory days of the late 90s. He's right over there and ready to join us in just a couple of moments as well. But let's talk more about this Houston game. And I want to talk about the first quarter of the season as well. Josh, I know you guys don't get too wrapped up in the numbers that we all get wrapped up in, but Houston has beaten you 8 straight times. You knew the road losing streak. You guys snapped that. I mean, you got to want to beat this team. It's an AFC South opponent, and it's a big one.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, man, it's gonna be real personal. You know, for me, it's gonna be real personal for me. Like I said, man, I never beat them, haven't beat them, but I think this year has been different. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna go out there. We got to handle business. You know what I'm saying? We taking that approach. So if we handle business, I think we win this game. So we're good.
How important was it to kind of go over the film, Jamal, from this past game, much like you guys did against Washington, to gain that understanding that, hey, look, a lot of these things that we messed up on are in our control and they're fixable things?
Yeah, it's important just because Doug preaches it. It's just like we're our own enemy. Like none of the things we did that happened in our 2 losses were really inflicted by the other team. It was obviously they make good plays, but we're beating ourselves, whether that's special teams, offensively, defensively. Once we clean that up, we're going to be a really scary team.
A sleeper pick in this year's draft that a lot of folks around here liked because he's a former Florida Gator and they didn't use him much was Damien Pierce. And Damien Pierce, a good running back. You guys have to stop him, but he's off to a nice start here in his NFL career. What does he bring to the table, Josh?
You know what you're going to get from him. He runs hard. He runs behind his pads. He's a physical running back. So that's what I said earlier. Everybody got to get to him. You know what I'm saying? We give him the respect that is given and earned, and we're taking that approach. Our main objective this week is to dominate the run, stop the run, dominate the offensive line, and get in situations where we can pass rush.
Now, the impressive thing about Damien Pierce last week, which was his best game yet, 131 yards rushing, 100 of those 131 yards came after contact. That's impressive.
Everybody got to get to the ball.
There's an old saying, it's populate the running back.
It's a good saying, by the way. Overall, if I said at the beginning of the year, you guys are 2-2, you see a lot of good things. You get blowout wins. You play excellent. You also make some mistakes, but like you just said, you're your own worst enemy, and plays are out there. does this football team feel pretty good? Because I think you get a sense, you've been around this thing a little bit, the town feels pretty good. The city feels pretty good about where you're at. What about the football team after 4 games?
I mean, we feel good, but we know we could feel a lot better if we had those 2 games. You know, if we had those 2 games back, we would do things a lot differently and just do us. We wouldn't be trying to do, you know, things were out of our control. We would just be playing Jaguar football. And, you know, obviously we're 2-2. We feel like we could be better than that, and we are better than that, man. We're going to be better than that.
All right, so I'm a big fan of PFF, which is Pro Football Focus. Okay, the top-rated, top 10 edge defender in the National Football League. I think you and Von Miller are tied at number 7 or number 8. That's pretty impressive.
You know, at the end of the year, I know the whole season is a process, and I'm trusting the process. So it's a credit to, you know, the preparation that I have each week. But my end goal is to not be first in the pack right now. Let's wait till the end of the season. We had this conversation, and that's where my mindset's at. But it's a process to it, and I'm willing to take them steps.
Look at these numbers. 20 quarterback pressures so far for Josh. I mean, that's terrific through 4. 9 quarterback hits, 3 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Playing well, but also producing the numbers as well in a big year for Josh. It's really good to see, and I know you put a lot into it, so it's excellent for this defense to see as well. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, we like to refer to Jamal Agnew and go back to last year because it's like we didn't talk about that enough, right? I mean, those kick returns were awesome, and, well, we're going to see another one, we think, in 2022.
Yeah, we're definitely due for one out there on special teams. I mean, we feel like we've left a couple on the field so far these first 4 games. You know, we're always looking to make a big play, you know, spark something off. So we're definitely due for one.
All right, so a lot of people forget that you missed like the last 6 games of the season last year with a hip injury, missed virtually all of the OTAs. How does your hip feel, and what was it?
I feel great. I feel stronger than I've ever been, to be honest. I mean, it was a long recovery. You know, I couldn't do much for a while. I mean, hip injury, you can't put a cast on it. You can't put, you know, much on it, so you just got to rest. You know, I had the right people in my corner, you know, keeping me positive. I mean, going through serious injuries like that are tough mentally and physically, obviously, but I had the right people in my corner. I would see Josh in the building all the time, James rehabbing, Travis was rehabbing. So, you know, we kind of just picked each other up all the time.
These guys have been awesome. We appreciate you staying with us all the way until 8 o'clock tonight on Jaguars All-Access, presented by Fields Auto Group. Josh Allen, Jamal Agnew, Jeff Lageman, and you get to reunite with a former teammate, Jeff, right after this. James Stewart is in the house here at Strings Sports Brewery, and he is joining us on the show coming up right here on Jaguars All-Access, presented by Fields Auto Group. Look forward to catching up with James right after this.
Jaguars All-Access is brought to you by Fields Auto Group, including Land Rover Jacksonville. Test drive the Land Rover Defender today. LandRoverJacksonville.com. Baptist Health, changing healthcare for good. Fanatics, officially licensed everything. And TIAA Bank, created to serve, built to perform.
You got this trust and this belief that I know my coach will put me in the position to make this play, so I'm going to trust this play that he's calling. That's good. I love that. That's the guy who I love to play for, and I'm more than sure he's going to give me the right call to be in the best position and make plays and win games.
That's Shaq Griffin right there. A lot of confidence in the culture right now here in Jacksonville, and a lot of confidence going into Week 5 of the NFL season. Welcome back, everybody, to Strings Sports Brewery here in Springfield, and we're fired up to be here all the way until 8 o'clock on Jaguars All-Access, presented by Fields Auto Group. Josh Allen, Jamal Agnew, we gave him a little bit of a break, a little breather. Brent, Martineau, Jeff Lageman, and now we have former Jags running back James Stewart. I just said to James, I've been here 15 years. I must not be doing my job well if this is the first time I've ever done an interview with James. How's that happen? You must be laying low. Tell everybody what you've been up to, man.
Yeah, I do lay low a lot. I just try to be to myself, but I've got my own personal training studio that I train people out, one-on-one personal training, so that's what I've been doing for the last several years.
We always talk when we have Alumni Weekend or Legends Weekend. We're also jealous because James, 50 years old now, and he's like the only one of us that looks like he could still play like right now.
You don't look bad now, but you've had too many surgeries.
But I mean, like that, James is crazy in shape.
He is. Well, I guess if you're going to own your own facility.
Well, and You know, it's pretty unique that you might be able to say that you will be the last second first-round draft pick in NFL history, because people kind of forget that we had 2 picks per round in the expansion year in 1995. And because the Jaguars and the Carolina Panthers got so good so fast, they will never do that ever again. And so you are a part of something that will never be seen in the NFL ever again. That's pretty cool.
No, it is pretty cool. And then, you know, to come in with Tony, to be honest with you, him going into the Hall of Fame, it's just an honor to be able to come here, start it off down here in Jacksonville. And we ended up just going on a great run there for a while, and hopefully we're back to that, because it seems like we're playing good football right now.
You had such a knack for getting in the end zone. Your last year here in Jacksonville, first year in Detroit. Do you attribute that to anything, or they just give you the ball in the right spot?
Determination. Like, when we get on the field, you have to understand that as pros or any level that you're on, you have to make your mark every time you step out there. I don't care if you're getting 5 carries, 6 carries, you have to make something happen. Keep your name in people's mouths. Keep yourself relevant.
You talked about being here for Tony. And, the one thing that really impressed me when we were in Canton a few weeks back for the Hall of Fame game, Tony's locker that is in Canton has a football, and it's a team-signed ball. Do you know what it is?
I didn't even know that's he had that. So
that is an autographed team ball from the 1995 team.
Wow.
So your signature is in the Hall of Fame as well.
I got there. That's what it is. But just great that Tony was inducted, and what a great privilege and honor for him. And all the guys that ever played with him and came in with him know what such a hard worker he has been, and how he was diligent with his craft. And he always told me, hey, we're going here regardless of if they know we're going there or not, we're going. So I'm like, okay, Tony, let's go. So he always had that mindset.
Was it emotional for you at all to see all of that in the celebration, and will continue this weekend here in Jacksonville? Because, again, you came in with him in the draft. He blocked for you many a times.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And it's just somebody that came in the same year that I came in. But Tony always was that one guy that I just, even when we was doing, going out there and doing drills, Tony was always the best at doing drills. He had the best feet. He had the best motor. And so it almost, you could see that transition where he was going to go there. So he just worked hard, maintained, and luckily for him, stayed healthy long enough, and he ended up in the Hall.
More than 50 guys coming back for Alumni Weekend. This must be really fun for you guys. I kind of feel like I'm in the way.
No. We love it. And, every year we kind of get a different mix of guys that come back, and it's always kind of great to renew some memories. And, looking forward to seeing Stu, and then Tony Brackens is coming back. Big John Henderson, Marcus Stroud. Our group is growing. We haven't gotten enough history to the point where that group is shrinking, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, more with James Stewart, more with Josh Allen, more with Jamal Agnew, more with Jeff Lageman, more with these fine folks here at Strings Sports Brewery. When we come back, we'll talk more about Bacelli, as well as there's a special presentation that's going to happen this weekend, both Saturday and Sunday night, and you'll soon be able to see it as well. Hey, there's the number 33 right here at Strings Sports Brewery. Good to have James Stewart here on the show, live on Fox 30 until 8 o'clock tonight.
Live from your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, this is Jaguars All-Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields Auto Group. Never pay over MSRP.
I thank God for football. I thank God for the people of Jacksonville. And I had to get this in just one time.
Hey, everybody just answered here at Strings Sports Brewery. Tony Bacelli, what a fun week that was in Canton, Ohio, for the city of Jacksonville, for the franchise, for former players, and, of course, for Tony Bacelli and his family. James Stewart just signed that jersey, by the way, here at Strings. What a fun week and night it is for Moose. Good always to have Moose here on Jaguars All-Access, presented by Fields Auto Group. Brent, Martineau, Jeff Lageman. Really has been a cool time to celebrate Tony. And he got the key to the city today.
Yeah, I was going to ask him if I could borrow it so I could take it to the hardware store and get a copy made.
Might be a good idea.
Yeah.
All right, let's more on Tony Bacelli. Let's send it over to Jaguars.com's Ashlyn Sullivan right now.
Well, Brent, as you said, it is a huge weekend for Tony Bacelli, and the Jaguars production team has been working for months, and I do mean months, on a very special feature for Tony Bacelli, highlighting his playing career, his family life, his Hall of Fame enshrinement. The documentary is called 71, The Tony Bacelli Story. Let's take a look.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select tackle from University of Southern California, Tony Bacelli.
From the time he was drafted, there was never any doubt the guy was going to be great. None. I don't ever remember seeing Tony get beat. I just don't.
Honestly, you never saw anybody get around the guy.
He's one of those guys that was dominant from the very beginning.
There was just something different about it.
Tony's on 24/7. He went out every week like he was playing for the championship.
I want to be here 10 years from now when we're going to the Super Bowl and winning a lot of games and one of the best teams in the league.
Here he is against Bruce Smith. Bacelli just stones him.
He was fierce, angry, mean, and talk smack. Some guys are fierce competitors, and some guys are just absolutely relentless, and that was Tony. He wasn't going to let another man beat him.
Every year he played healthy, he was hands down the best tackle in the league.
He was a ballerina playing offensive tackle.
And he had that smirk, and you could see it. He just looked like he couldn't wait for the ball to be snapped so he could block the big name who was across from him, no matter who it was.
If you line up across from him, I don't care who you are, you're going to get blocked.
All kinds of events to watch this documentary this weekend. Saturday afternoon, season ticket members will get the first glimpse. Saturday night, it is a toast for Tony. All the alumni that Jeff talked about earlier in this show, his friends, his family, get to watch it Saturday night. If you're going to the game on Sunday, it'll be aired at 11 o'clock at Daly's Place. And then it's going to go on YouTube Monday afternoon. And Brent, I got to see a segment of it today, and I cried watching it. You might, but I'm a softie, but it's pretty awesome.
I think it will ring true with a lot of emotions for a lot of people. Nice job, Ashlyn, and I think a nice job in advance to everybody down there at Jags headquarters for putting together that documentary. I know the work that went into that. It's going to be pretty awesome to see this weekend.
Yeah, a lot of hard work, you know, the whole gang, and it takes a lot of people to put together something like that, and a lot of time and energy, and kudos to the ones that did it. And I think the people, and I haven't watched it yet, I've been getting little snippets, and I can't wait to see the whole thing.
And by the way, once again, Tony let everybody go along for the ride there and allowed special access for this documentary, so it should be fun to watch. All right, when we come back, this has been a fun show here at Strings Sports Brewery. We're taking you right up until the top of the hour. One more segment to go. Yeah, the legends return, and when we return, we've got all the guys on the set. Josh Allen, Jamal Agnew, James Stewart. We're back one more time here at Strings Sports Brewery and live on Fox 30. Jaguars All-Access, presented by Fields Auto Group.
Live from your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, this is Jaguars All-Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields Auto Group. Never pay over MSRP.
Hey, one more look at Strings Sports Brewery here on a Thursday night. We're taking you from 7 p.m. until 8 p.m. here on Jaguars All-Access, presented by Fields Auto Group. Fantastic crowd, beautiful night, beautiful week. Should be fantastic weather on Sunday. Jags and the Texans, 1 o'clock on CBS 47. Hope to see you down there. Brent Martineau, look at this full crew now. Brent Martineau, Jeff Lageman, Josh Allen, Jamal Agnew, James Stewart. Appreciate all you guys coming out for the hour tonight. It's been a fun show. And I want to ask these guys, current players first, 3 out of 4 on the road. It must be nice to be coming back home and play in front of the home fans.
It feels like we haven't been at home in like a month, and we probably haven't. But just to play at the bank again this weekend, it's going to be electric. Obviously, coming off of our last home victory against the Colts, close loss against the Eagles. So I'm expecting the bank to be electric.
Josh, I always love playing at home, man. Home cooking.
I love it. I love it. I'm expecting the same thing. I'm expecting this crowd to go crazy. Just how we had a turnout here, I think we're going to have a huge turnout this Sunday.
Pass rushers always love playing at home. You get the snap count advantage with the silent count.
You can hear them talk a little bit. It's a good sign.
You guys get that crowd fired up. Hey, Alumni Weekend, we brought this up. Jeff, you got a full week, man. This is fun, right, to see all your old buddies?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's not very often that you get to hang out with the guys that you were so close with, and we were in the locker room all the time. We all went through the the death march of the training camp in 1995 that Tom Coughlin put us through. And all those alumni guys are jealous of what the new guys have for training camp nowadays.
Yeah. All right, I've got a question for all of you, right? Here's what I want to do. The older guys, sorry guys, I've got to call you the older guys. I want to know your favorite player in the NFL now. Young guys, I'm going to ask you the favorite player growing up as a kid, so think about it. James, you have a favorite player to watch right now in the NFL?
My favorite player that I like to watch right now is Lamar Jackson. Just super exciting to watch him, the creativity that he has at the quarterback position. And it's just electrifying. Every time I watch him play, he shows me something else, and he's grown this year. So it's good to see him grow, and he's doing some good things out there.
And, of course, I said you can't pick a Jaguar. You especially, Jeff Lageman. Who's your favorite guy to watch?
If I was picking a Jaguar, it would be Josh, because he played the position that I played. But I'm going to give you one here. After Monday night, I'm a big fan of Bobby Wagner. Right?
That's a good answer.
Yeah, it's the best.
I know one guy that's not a big fan, Bobby Wagner. Who did you grow up watching as a kid and admire and want to play this game?
Troy Polamalu.
Oh, very good.
You know, he's another guy that, you know, when I was younger, he's always stood out. You know what I'm saying? From the plays that he made, from the look that he was, from the team that he played on. The Pittsburgh Steelers, such an iconic, historical team, and he was a part of that. So I think Troy Polamalu.
Hey, how about you, Jamal Agnew?
I'm going to go with a San Diego native, Reggie Bush. I mean, I grew up in San Diego. Reggie Bush, arguably the most exciting college football player. I don't think it's arguably, I think it's no debate. He's the greatest college football player all time. I mean, just growing up in the same area, everybody that's from San Diego looked up to him.
Well, as these guys know, the cool part about it, you get a crowd like this here at Strings Sports Brewery. You see some kids that love Josh Allen, that love Jamal Agnew. Go put on a show on Sunday against the Texans, man. Good luck. Appreciate you coming out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
James Stewart, great to see you, man.
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Have a fantastic weekend. What a fun show that was. We'll be back at it next Thursday, but we'll see you on at the bank on Sunday. 1 o'clock game on CBS 47. Have a good night, everybody. Make sure you join us there on Sunday. Thanks, everybody, for coming out here at Strings Sports Brewery each and every Thursday, 7 p.m.
From your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars, thanks for watching Jaguars All-Access. Brought to you by Fields Auto Group. Fields Auto Group. Never pay over MSRP.